Hi, everybody. This video is called 8 Things You Need to Know When You Become a Sales Manager. Over the years, I've made that transition from sales to sales manager to VP, to entrepreneur, yada, yada. But one of the hardest transitions you can make is to go from being a good salesperson to a sales manager. And a lot of us aspire to that, but it may not be everything it's cracked up to be. So I'll go through 8 things here real quick and see what you think. One, it can be very lonely because in a company, if you're the sales manager, then you're now the company to the sales reps. And now you're representing the sales reps to the company. You have sort of a pivot position. And, if you're in a company and you became, say, a regional area manager and there's several others, well, at least you got some peers. But once you come to like national level, then you don't, then you're responsible for the sales. So that number one can be lonely. Number two, your quota just got much larger. Probably if you've got, say, 5 reps under you, then your quota is 5 times what it used to be. And guess what? You can't directly impact it. You can't call and make the sales like you used to. Your goal is to help them make the sales. And so now your quota is completely dependent upon them. And that's not all bad, but it's just, it's a big change. You got to be ready for that. Okay. Um, Number three, the top rep probably will make more money than you. And you just have to get used to that. We incentivize sales representatives to sell, with hanging some money there. And when they get it, be happy, not jealous or upset. I mean, they're helping you. They're getting paid for it. It's a win-win. Okay. Number four, you need to, they call you a manager now, right? It's good to be the king, right? I am the manager now. But you need to manage the budget. You need to manage the numbers. You need to manage things. But remember, you don't manage people, you lead people. So you want to be a leader of the people, not a manager of the people. And as a leader, you'll work well with them and they'll want to work with you, and that will help you be very successful. Five, they're not your buddies anymore. You can't sit around. You definitely don't want to sit there drinking with them for any length of time. And you do not want to get engaged in any kind of gossip, because what actually happens is, they talk, you're all friends, because salespeople are pretty gregarious and sociable and what have you. But at the end of the day, whatever you said came from the boss's mouth now. It's not just another buddy. So if that's parroted out through the company or to other people, that can come back and bite you. So be really careful. Don't gossip. Don't share any gossip. Don't share, just be careful. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Then avoid number six. Avoid living in company meetings. Especially if you're in corporate. Once you're the sales guy in corporate headquarters, what happens is they want you to come to all kinds of meetings. You want to sit in on this meeting and that meeting and this meeting, and some you need to. Some are important, especially like marketing direction meetings, things like that. But a lot of times you get caught up in kind of company roundtable meetings, et cetera. And it's kind of fun, you feel, oh man, I'm in the company roundtable, all that. But the problem is that meter's running and you only have so much time in a day. So if you're spending half the day in meetings, then you're only as half as productive as you could be as the sales manager. So try to avoid meetings gracefully. And if you're in meetings and you don't see a real need to be there, let people know that. Also, if you can help them speed up the meetings, that's always a good thing. Because sales, we always have that sense of urgency. We always have to get that next sale. We have to hit that next month, et cetera. Everybody else in the company is sitting around with their feet on the desk. They don't care. They get paid the same. It's all. So just remember, you have that sense of urgency. Be brisk, walk around, avoid meetings. Um, Number seven, must avoid gossip at all costs. I addressed that slightly in the other part, but basically anything you say to a customer, anything you say to a salesperson, anything you say to anybody in the company is now coming from management. It's not just your opinion anymore. It's your role in the company. You are now management. So whatever you say can and will be used against you for sure, and hopefully not in a court of law. But there's you need to be really careful what you say. It's better to, what they say, it's better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than open your mouth and be proved a fool or something like that. So basically, just be really careful the conversations you engage in. Even if you just seem to approve of something or support it, that can be construed as you saying it. So just be really careful out there. And then last but not least, and this is kind of just a kind of a tip, I guess. This was given to me and it proved to be true. Whoever comes to you first with a complaint about somebody else, especially if there's an altercation or a strong disagreement, is probably the guilty party. Just like kids, right? Little kids, Remember, if you had a little, I happen to have little sisters, and a brother. But if the little sisters, would torment the brothers, and then as soon as you start to react, they go running to mom. They're trying to hit me. They're going to hurt me. And of course we get in trouble. So it's the same thing in business, right? It's whoever comes to you first is probably playing that little sister role. So just be wary of that. Don't be too quick to side with them. Just take the information and say, okay, you'll take it under review and take a look at it. All right, so that's it. So 1, it can be lonely. 2, your quota is much larger. 3, the top rep probably makes more money than you do. 4, you need to lead salespeople, manage numbers, manage things. 5, they're not your buddies anymore. 6, avoid living in company meetings if you can. 7, must avoid gossip at all costs. 8, whoever comes to you first is probably the guilty party. So those are just some tips for you. If you're new in sales management, if you are a sales manager, if you're thinking of becoming a sales manager, you might want to watch this video one more time. Anyway, so that's all for today. I'm Kenneth G. Hasty. I'm a professional business growth consultant. You can check me out at kennethghasty.com. You can email me, kenneth@kennethghasty.com, or I'll even leave a link in here if you want to talk some business, or I'm happy to do that as well. I don't charge for the first conversation, and I'll leave a link where you can sync your calendar with mine. We can talk on the phone. So that's all for today, and happy selling. Take care. Bye.